Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Time. I'm your host, Jeff, and here we have a review of episode 2 of Loki, now streaming on Disney Plus. I know it came out extra early today, and I didn't do episode 1 of Loki, so today's video might be a smidge bit longer to really encompass everything about my thoughts, where I'm at, how I'm feeling, what's going on, things I missed, things I catch, questions, dialogue. It's all going to happen right now. Oh, hey, welcome to movie time. I don't know, but hey, since you're here, welcome to movie time. Now, episode 1 of Loki. Now, let me back up. My most anticipated show on Disney Plus regarding the MCU was WandaVision, The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then Loki. Okay? After seeing episode 1 of Loki, it moved up greatly. It caught me off guard. I was just like, the music was good. The foundation of where we left off at with Loki, 2012 Loki, I was like, that's a great spot to start with. That's a great spot. The whole introduction into TVA, the complexity of it, and just the scope of power that they have existing outside of time. Spoilers. Using Infinity Stones as paperweights, I was like, bro. So I've spent 10, 11 years investing to come to realize that some people in the MCU regard those things as paperweights. After everything we sacrificed, yo, I was like, that's messed up, man. But I digress. I like that concept. There's forces out there that are greater than the Infinity Stones, which created the universe in itself. And so now you have people overseeing that timeline or that stream of timeline. Now, okay, so when they talked about the very genesis of the TVA, there used to be a multiverse war. I'm like, good, okay. And all of a sudden, they streamed it into one timeline. I'm like, that's such BS. And then they deal with branches from that one timeline. I'm like, no, 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 no. That's a cover up. I don't need anything else to let me know otherwise that they're covering something up, that they're not dealing with other multiverses. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. Just to have just three timekeepers dealing with one stream of time of existence, and then dealing with branches, and then how they're only dealing with, the people where they get the people. They created those people. I'm like, well, who created the TVA? Like, how did they exist to be so powerful? Just so many questions. But I like the introduction with the music, the score, the Olsen. He's great as Mobius. I love his character, and his relationship with the judge, who's second to the timekeepers, who I'm guessing we're not really going to see. It's kind of like a Wizard of Oz kind of thing. Who's really behind the curtain? That was dope. That was pretty good. Give it to me. All right, give it to your boy. So episode 1, regarding episode 1, just I don't know, the grandness of it all, and there's some simplicity of it too as well. And so I like where the storyline is going and tracking, and just another therapy session with Loki. Like his array of emotions, seeing like his mother die, how his brother treated him, and seeing himself like, this is your timeline. This is what you were supposed to experience. And he saw him and his brother getting along, and him realizing his brother figured out who he really was, and then him working with the Avengers, who he just got done yesterday trying to destroy. And so, and then he saw Thanos, and that part right there, it was just so much anger, confusion, guilt, and just like shock of unbelief about, yo, I died? And then he saw his brother holding him and crying. Oh man, that was some dope stuff, man. Getting to the heart of who he really is. That's the character I never really understood the most. I mean, I saw his motives, his actions, but I never really understood him. And that first episode really helped me understood him as a person, as Loki. even. And so just the hidden trauma and insecurities regarding the 2012 version, not the one that's not living right now for us, I think. So yeah, that's my quick overview of episode 1. Now, episode 2, spoilers. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Okay? Just so you know. The cat's here. Say hi. Say hi. No? He's lazy. You guys want to see him? The camera will get all shaky. It's a big ordeal. It's a lot of moving parts. But anyway, episode 2. It started off kind of weird for me. I was like, there's a lot of dialogue going on, which is fine. But I was like, where's this dialogue going? The dialogue has to be going somewhere to me. Where's the destination that we're going to sit and partake and eat and be able to digest? And there was a lot of things that was said about him like being like a scared little boy. Really just Mobius, I don't know how he's able just to see through Loki, and Loki's not able to see through himself. You know, regarding him hiding up all of his illusions and everything, I guess. Maybe that's why he's just, I don't know, kidding himself or whatever. But anyway, so I'm just trying to think of everything. So they went on a mission in 1985, and we see his version, the other version of Loki, right? Just decimate the TVA army guy, right? Just totally trick them. But the powers were different, though. I'm like, well, Loki can't touch nobody, and then all of a sudden they go do what he wants them to do. So I'm like, that's not Loki. I've never seen those power sets. So it was very confusing for me. I was like, that can't be Loki. I mean, I know then they show like different versions of Loki, like the gorilla one, the soccer one, and then the other ones. Leave it down in the comments below. I can't remember. And so, but they didn't show different ages of Loki. I thought there'd be different ages, different sexes or whatever, but they didn't show that for some reason. So I was quite curious. So, but I thought that was pretty cool just to see that different aspect. And then the agenda of this version of Loki is really, really set clear. And I'm quite intrigued, because then the dialogue sets back to what this version of the Loki's doing, because everything our Loki, 2012 Loki, is trying to figure out is, yo, TVA, what happens when time end, like our stream of timeline ends? What happens then? Oh, then there's order. There's no more chaos, Mobius is saying. I'm like, yo, how did the TVA get started? Everything I just asked questions at the beginning, Loki was asking questions in this episode. So I was like, okay, that's fair. So the dialogue was actually going somewhere. And then him seeing like Loki trying to outsmart Mobius or trick him again didn't happen. And so he's still trying to beat him and everything. But then, Loki, he cares when it only benefits him. And so then we get to really see that in this episode. And actually, I don't want to spoil that for you. I really don't, because he actually does something that I think I've never really seen him do before. And it's actually, really seeking out something, and figuring out something. And so I thought that was pretty clever, pretty clever to see. And so, again, there's not much things that I didn't like about the episode. The dialogue was a little hit and miss sometimes, but once it got going, it got going. And then the last quarter part of the episode, man, it was hot. It was hot. And so they figured out, when Loki was clever enough to figure out what was really going on, which I'm going to leave that part to you guys. I was like, yo, explain that more to me. So I might have to watch that again just to really see like what's like really going on, because I thought that was, there's a lot going on regarding how he figured out this Loki can't be caught. I thought, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And it makes you wonder about other things. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go down that train of thought. I'm going to let it play out. But if you know what I'm talking about, leave it down in the comments down below. Leave it in the comments down below and hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button, okay? And again, the way it ended was epic. This detective New York 70s Chicago style film director approach is really captivating. It's really captivating. It has a nice steady pace along the way. The photography is like really, really good. And just the score is just excellent. The score is excellent. It really highlights or really just amplifies like towards the end. I was like, yo, man, this is really good, man. I was just like at the end, I was just like, yo, dude, that's dope, man. It got really good. And because you never know what Loki's gonna do. And you never know if he's on your side or not on your side, but he's always on his side. And so Mobius, he knows that. He knows that. And so how do you get Loki on your side? By dangling a carrot in front of the donkey, right? But once the donkey knows that, it's free game, right? So it's just really good. Watch it. It's on Disney Plus streaming now. And yeah, if I missed anything, leave a comment down below. Okay, and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button that's popping up on your screen right now. Wait, we don't have that? John, we talked about this. Why isn't it up and running, man? I'll deal with you later, man. I'm talking to my audience, man. Ooh, John, he's supposed to fix the thing is supposed to pop up on the screen to hit the subscribe and the like button, but apparently it didn't happen. Anyway, movie time fans, that's it for today. I'll see you next time.